Hello and welcome back to part 3 of the mental health mini-series. You guys have done some amazing work and I'm so impressed already with your tenacity and your desire to really change yourself. And this is what it's all about. I can give you all of the information, I can tell you what's in my brain, but unless you put the steps forward and you actually take the action to really healing yourself, your brain will never know that you're ready to make the change. We can tell ourselves every single day, we're getting healthier, we're getting healthier, we're getting healthier, but your brain will tell you the truth. Well, you did eat those Oreos yesterday, but you didn't go to the gym last week. And that's the problem, right? Our brain just wants to tell us those kind of like nasty negative things because it doesn't want us to change our habits. It's happy where we're at. Don't fix what isn't broken, even though the system is broken on the inside and we need to make these changes for ourselves. We often have to fight that mental chatter to get past to the next level in order to really find and heal ourselves. And that's what I'm hoping you guys have been getting out of this video series, that you can take these little tiny steps, really tiny steps. Start to give yourself that little bit of time in the evening to get a little extra rest, because you know how vitally important it is to healing and restoring your body. Take those little extra steps to prepare meals for yourself that you know are going to give you the energy and the power to get to that next place. And by doing these little tiny steps every single day, we prove to our brain and to our body that we're ready to make those changes and that we're ready to feel good and we're ready to be happy and vibrant and let go of the mental challenges that have been holding us back this whole time. Think about all of the things that we could have accomplished at this point had fear and anxiety and depression and mental and physical health not held us back. And now is the time more than ever to wake up and start making these changes for yourself. Don't waste more time feeling like you don't know how to do better and you don't know how to feel better, because there are so many tools out there now that you can take these little tiny steps and you can change your habits and you can really make a lasting impact for your body. And that's what it's all about. Little tiny steps, one day at a time, and we're all on this journey together. So let me help you. Don't forget to do your Instagram posts. If you haven't done them up till this point, do them now. If you don't subscribe to Instagram or you don't have that social media channel, send it to me in my email. I still want to see what you're up to. I still want to see how you're doing. You can reply directly to the emails that you get these videos and you get me personally, and I will help you as much as I can and encourage you on your journey. I'm so excited for you guys. Part 3. Today we're talking about stress. And I've talked about stress in so many capacities up until this point. I have podcast episodes on stress that you can listen to on the Tea Time podcast. There's, I think, 3 episodes just based on stress. There's videos on the Facebook channel. Instagram has more on stress. It's just something I regularly talk about. And today I want to go into the details of what stress is doing to our body, not just the stress around us that's like, Sharissa, I can't change my commute, I can't quit my job, I can't, run away from my kids, even though they're making me a little crazy cuckoo bananas. All of these things we can't change, right? These are the external stressors in our environment. And those are there. We can't do anything about it. But there's a lot that we can do that can get our bodies much more well-adjusted and much more adapted to that stress so that we can actually have a joyful, happy, good feeling, energetic life that we've always wanted. And the way that we do things is by taking those little steps. I know I'm starting to sound like a broken record, but getting that little bit of sleep, getting those good nutrients into your diet, or helping you to manage the stress in your life. We can take huge leaps and strides to helping adjust our mental abilities, mental health, and also just feel better, right? Who doesn't want to just feel better? Overall, the goal in life is to just have happiness and feel good all the time, right? That's what we want. I just want to be happy, and I just want to feel good, and I just want to wake up with energy and power and do the day. And it's necessary, to continue on this journey for us to have these little wins and these little successes. So I want to teach you a little bit about the stress that we can actually control and that we can actually help ourselves with. So the first one is sleep. And that's why we talked about sleep first, because by dealing with the amount of sleep our body gets, it actually is lessening the stress impact on our body. So by getting more sleep, our body is feeling less stressed. So boom, check that off your list, because you already did video 1, you already have started your sleep habit. And if you haven't already, I want you to really work on this. And if you need some help, get on a call with me. I offer a free 15-minute call, an onboarding call, and this will help, give you some tips. Let's talk more about your issues with going to bed and build a sleep routine. Also, really, really wonderful online tutorial by the Paleo Mom, thepaleomom.com. She has a sleep challenge that's called Go to Bed, and I believe it lasts about 30 days. And every day you work towards building your sleep habits and really getting better about your bedtime routine. So if this is something you're struggling with, there are more tools out there for you. Getting the appropriate amount of sleep helps to lessen the amount of stress that our body feels. Okay, stress is hormones. The more stressed we feel, the more stress hormones are in our body, like cortisol and norepinephrine and adrenaline. And these stress hormones actually get produced in the body when we're feeling stressed. So when we're feeling stressed on our way to work, when we're feeling stressed because our family members are sick, or we're feeling stressed about whatever it is that's happening in our life, that's not just a thought in our brain. It's actually a thought in our brain plus a hormone response from our brain to our body that makes changes in our physical body. So stress is not just this abstract on the outside, I am stressed. Stress is actually something you feel because your body is going through a chemical change that's making you feel a certain way. So maybe your stomach gets upset, or you get stomach aches or diarrhea or gas pain or IBS or some other physical symptom of pain, headaches, migraines, joint pain, inflammation. All of that is coming from those hormones that are stored in the body from stress. So more hormones, stress hormones from not sleeping, more stress hormones from eating an inappropriate diet that's really high in sugar or really high in bad fats or carbohydrates, or just not really giving you the energy that you need. You can also have more stress in your body just by the thoughts that you're thinking. So the things that are coming into your brain that are making you real and making you have that I didn't do my to-do list, I need to do all of these things, all of that gives you that anxiety and anxious, that's actually a hormone response in your body. So the way that we eliminate those things is by eliminating some of the stressors that we can eliminate, like taking out the foods that are causing our body inflammation and stress, taking out the problems with not getting enough sleep, getting that restoration during the night so that we can eliminate some of that stress. We can also do things like drinking water that has a little bit of lemon in it because it helps to detoxify those stored up hormones. We can also take minerals like magnesium or take magnesium salt baths to help our body actually detoxify those stress hormones that we're feeling. So when we're feeling really anxious, it isn't just a feeling, it's actually a hormone response happening in your body right then. One way that you can stop that response in its tracks is by turning off your fight or flight response. So when we're feeling that like angst and we're in that fight or flight mode, and our body is surging with adrenaline because it wants to run away from a grizzly bear that's chasing us. But there really isn't a grizzly bear chasing us. It's just our to-do list staring at us in the face, making us feel like this. And the best way that we can stop that is to take a couple of deep breaths. I know it sounds so simple, but it really is just that alone. Taking 5 or 6 really deep breaths and counting your breath, coming back and saying, okay, let's get some perspective here, right? And you don't even have to think anything. You don't have to subscribe to any religious ideologies, nothing. Just stop. Take a couple of breaths, 5, 10, maybe take a minute. I actually was dealing with this stress response going on in my body where I was dealing with these kind of like anxious moments, and I wasn't even really realizing that I was holding all this tension in my shoulders until my jaw kind of seized up on me and I couldn't open my mouth. And I realized that it was all these muscles that I was holding really tight. So I downloaded this great app, and it's called Breathe, and it's a free app, and I have an iPhone, so it downloaded on mine. I'm not sure if it has an Android or not, but I'm sure that there are a million apps like this. And what it does is it interrupts you throughout your day. So you can set it as many times as you want. I have mine set for 10 times between the hours of 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. And what it does is randomly throughout the day, 10 different times, an alert will come up on my phone and it tells me to breathe. And it has like a little quote or a little saying, but you can change it to say whatever you want. So for my reminders, I told myself, relax your shoulders, breathe, and relax my face and jaw muscles so that I could get some relief in here. After my very first day, one day of stopping, and it tells you to stop for 10 seconds. So you just stop and breathe or think your thought for 10 seconds, and that's it. 10 seconds. You can give yourself 10 seconds, even 10 times a day. That's 100 seconds in your day. That's not gonna hurt you, I promise. And I took that 10 seconds, and for the first time in like a year, I didn't sleep on a heating pad. And I was sleeping on a heating pad every single night because my shoulder tension was so bad that by the time I laid down at night, I would get muscle spasms because the muscles are in pain, not only when they're clenched up, but also when they're releasing. So when I was going to bed at night and the muscles would release, I would have muscle spasms in my shoulders. And for the first time in probably a year, I didn't have any muscle spasms in my back just from stopping the times that my phone told me, like, stop and take 10 seconds to breathe. So if this is something that you're dealing with, you can stop that stress response in its tracks. You can stop that hormone response in its tracks by giving yourself a few seconds to breathe. Okay, so stress, not just a thought. It's actually a physical response in the body. It's something that we can control, and it's something that we can control in a lot of different ways. We can add things to our body that help us with stress, like magnesium and ashwagandha, which is an adaptogenic herb, CBD, which is also an adaptogenic herb. All of these, chamomile, these things can help us to eliminate those stressors in our body, detox from the stress that's already there, stop the stress response in its tracks with breathing, add to the body's adaptive ability with getting a little bit of sleep, a little bit more sleep, and give the body the energy it needs to heal by getting appropriate food into your body. I know it seems like a lot, but if you take all these little steps that we've done throughout these videos, you can put together a little plan for yourself that's a little bit more sleep, a little bit better food, and a little bit of these things that can add to your ability to deal with and handle stressors in your life. All of these things relate back to your mental health, because when we can adapt and when we can deal with our life better, we don't have that mental bog down and that stress and the fear and the anxiety that inevitably weighs on all of us at the end of the day when we didn't finish the list or we didn't get done all of the things that we wanted to get done. I'm really proud of you guys. Don't skip on your last homework assignment. Go to your email, get your Instagram post it, tag us at Sharissa Bradley on Instagram, or put it on the Facebook page, Independence Through Nutrition, or send me in an email if that's something that you're more comfortable with. You can reply directly to the email that you got this series from. If these things are interesting to you and you're feeling really good about these topics, every single week I go on my podcast and do a short podcast episode, about 20 minutes, on all different topics, including morning routine and sleep routines and stress routines and different foods and diets that you can try. But also you can see all of that information and even more in my book, Journey Back to Health, which is available on my website or on Amazon. And I really hope you guys got something out of this video series. Let me know, and let me know if there's something else you'd like to learn about. Thank you so much. Have a blessed week.